Oh, my! I can't believe it. 31 yards to Decory.
Here and McFadden breaks it up the middle. McFadden, big play. He's going to go. Darren McFadden is going to take it all the way. 80 yards for the touchdown. Darren McFadden, and Arkansas strikes just that quickly.
He's going to field it back at his own 5. Joe across the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Adams at the 30, and here we go. Joe's going to take it all the way. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas. 95 yards on the punt return.
Here's the snap. It is low. The kick is blocked, and Arkansas covers.
Shotgun formation into the end zone. The pass is intercepted. Arkansas wins the ball game. Intercepted in the end zone. The Razorbacks have beaten the #1 team in the country.
It's time to dissect the game on the First Security Bank 5th quarter. We'll be talking Razorback football for the next 2 hours. This broadcast is brought to you by First Security Bank. Here are Randy Rainwater, Marcus Elliott, and Trey Schaap.
Handley gets the snap, gives it to his tailback. Nokenwo hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose yardage. He'll lose 2 on what will probably be the final play of the game. Reginald Vaughn made the tackle for Arkansas. Sam Pittman's on the move. Sam Shade across the way is on the move as well, and this one is in the books. Arkansas is 1-0. The Razorbacks in the season opener defeat Alabama A&M as the two coaches meet right in the middle of the Razorback logo.
Good evening. Welcome once again to the First Security 5th quarter post-game show. Marcus Elliott back again for another year. Trey Schaap. I'm Randy Rainwater, once again from Walk-Ons here in Fayetteville, just off Weddington. And Arkansas did pretty much what was expected today against an undermanned Alabama A&M team. Better than I think a year ago what Arkansas faced against UAPB, but nevertheless outmanned, and the final numbers and the final score indicate such. Mark, it is always great when you start the season off, but even greater than that, one victory we don't often talk about. I did not see. That doesn't mean that there wasn't an injured player for Arkansas, but I did not see any injured players today for the Arkansas Razorbacks. I'll be interested to hear what Sam Pittman has to say if someone asks him, did you get out of this game injury-free? But you want the W, but in this kind of game, you do not want to get anybody hurt.
Far more important, Randy, great point. Far more important than anything is coming out injury-free. And really for the next 2 weeks, if the Hogs can come out injury-free, you're excited because this was a warm-up game, almost a little scrimmage, but great if you're right. And I agree with you. I don't remember anything that looked serious.
Mark, it was our first chance to really see this rebuilt offensive line. And we're going back to just casual observations. There was one bad snap that came in the game on behalf of Arkansas, and that resulted in about a 9-yard loss. But outside of that, well, actually there were 2, because there was another one when the third team came out and on the very first snap by the third team center. But all in all, Mark, your thoughts, your observations of this offensive line, this rebuilt offensive line, and again, small things, maybe they don't amount to much, but we've seen times where there was multiple bad snaps to the quarterback, particularly in the shotgun. So that was I'll give it another positive that there was only one with the first team that I can remember.
You know, Randy, you want to get to the point where that's not even a consideration, right?
Exactly.
The center quarterback
Exactly.
exchange, you want to just take that as a given. Listen, it's hard to tell. You don't know. Really, this wasn't a test today compared to what they'll see in a few weeks. But you take, I always say these games are really good to get things on film against another opponent that's going to, a team like Alabama State, they're going to do some things you don't expect. So you get it on film and you see how your team responds. You see how your offensive line responds. Did they still follow their assignments when the team got into some sets, some stemming and some stunning that you weren't expecting, or they didn't necessarily practice? Did they still follow their rule? Hey, do they know what they're doing? So this is a game, you look at that, and you look at them to see, hey, did they work their fundamentals? So, yeah, you can't make a lot of judgment on where or how much progress a rebuilt line made, but you can tell, and the coaches will be able to tell, did you know what you were doing? Did you know how you're supposed to be doing it? Technique.
I don't know if this was also any kind of quote indication, but there was a lot of passes thrown today by the Arkansas quarterbacks, and we'll talk about that in a moment. This is the first quarter, First Security fifth quarter postgame show. Back in just a moment.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Attention Central Arkansas. If you're looking for reliable home and business services, look no further. For over 45 years, Advantage Service Company has been your local expert in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs with outstanding customer service from licensed technicians ready to help with every step. Call or text today and enjoy peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Cheer on your favorite university and call Advantage Service Company. Your comfort is just a call away. 501-1-CALL. 501-663-2255.
It's Justin Acree for Coffin by Design West. Shop with the local folks and get exactly what you want. You can also shop from the convenience of your own home by going to kaufmanlumber.com. There's an online store with over 800,000 items in inventory that can be delivered straight to your front door. Items in inventory include everything from hardware to housewares, heating and cooling supplies, lawn and garden tools, sporting goods, store and office supplies, and there's a huge range of products in each area available. So go by their store in West Little Rock at 14900 Cancel Road or do your shopping online at kaufmanlumber.com.
Volkswagen of Little Rock is committed to delivering a car buying experience that's grounded in expertise, integrity, and respect. From the moment you arrive, our team is here to help you find the right fit. Whether that's the versatile Tiguan, the all-electric ID4, or one of our thoroughly inspected pre-owned models, we take pride in providing a low-pressure, informative environment where your questions are answered and your time is valued. Visit Volkswagen of Little Rock today or begin your search anytime at www.vwoflittlerock.com.
We all know how busy our lives can be these days and how important our time and convenience is as well. And Edwards Food Giant knows that too. So that's why they're inviting you to take advantage of their Heat and Eat meal solution items in their deli department. Delicious Edwards Food Giant signature dishes along with a wide choice of entrees and sides, all ready for you to pick up and take home to serve your family tonight. The Heat and Eat meal solution is now at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is chicken pot pie for only $7.49 per pound with twice baked potatoes for $4.99 per pound.
Every day in Arkansas, children face crises like poverty, instability, and family separation. But there is hope. Arkansas Family Alliance connects community members like you to urgent needs like beds, clothing, food, and more through the Care Portal platform. Over 1,300 families have already been impacted. You can help reach even more by becoming a community champion. Whether you're part of a business, church, team, or just want to serve, learn how to get involved at arfamilyalliance.org or call 4769-4110 because strong families build strong communities.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Join the Zone each Monday for Game Balls and Jockstraps, brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their Game Balls and Jockstraps on the Zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for Game Balls and Jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Razorbacks 2 for 3 on third downs. Russell stays in. Twin receivers to each side of Green. Talon from the gun gets the snap. Got a man wide open. 10-5. Touchdown Arkansas. Raylan Sharp. 35 yards. Nobody was within 10 feet of the Razorback receiver.
And welcome back once again to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schaap. I'm Randy Rainwater. Before we go to JW, Mark, we were talking right before the break. It seemed like, I don't know if that was to get the passing game and all of the blocking assignments, get those on tape. You were talking about things they might need to work on. I'm wondering, it seemed like they threw a lot more than what I expected. I really thought we'd see more, in particular, Mike Washington. I think he may have ended up with 10 carries on the day. I don't have the official numbers in front of me, but I really thought they would run the ball more. Okay, Mike had 9 carries, 79 yards. So he didn't tote the mail as much as I expected today.
You know, Randy, it's a good point, and I think Arkansas is going to have to be able to run the ball effectively throughout the season against the good football teams. But what we may see, Randy, and think about this, we may be seeing Arkansas going to throw early to get teams out of the box, right? So, I think most teams are going to load the box against Arkansas and want them to pass the ball. So we may see, as you said, them put a little extra on tape to throw to open up the run instead of run to open up the pass.
All right, good point. All right, let's check in with JW. JW, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Hello, sir. If you remember, I went 52 to 16, so I almost had it. But I got some questions, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, so I'm just going to ask your opinion, because I felt like these areas at the first of it, and even up to the halfway and even into the third, our defensive backs allowed them to just catch. I mean, they were crossing and they were catching, and I know they only had like 168 yards passing, but if that was an SEC team, it shouldn't have happened. So I was worried about what y'all thought about the defense all over in that the offensive line that we keep hearing about every year. Why couldn't they get a push on this Alabama A&M to get the running going? And I just want to, and I will say this: Green did look polished a lot better than what he did last year. And I didn't like the way that we couldn't get no sacks on defense, but like one, and that was by default. But they had 2 sacks on us, so our line is not up to par if we go into this SEC and Ole Miss and Notre Dame. What do you really feel about that? And I'll just hang up and listen. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, JW. Mark, you want to tackle that?
Yeah, I think JW, I think he has a point. I think this is, you can't make a lot of judgment one way or the other against an opponent like this, I'll go back to how you opened the show. The main thing is you got out of this healthy and hopefully not a lot of people banged up or dinged up. But do you have to improve significantly in a few weeks going up against Notre Dame? Yes, sir, you do. So, yes. Now, I agree with it. But that's the thing.
That's the Ole Miss, I'm sorry. Notre Dame.
But, Randy, that's the thing about these openers like this. You never can make a judgment on a season or even a team for that matter, one way or the other.
Good or bad.
Exactly, good or bad. So, yeah. But I always say, and I've said it on this show many times, Randy, the toughest weeks in the film room, the most yelling and the most frustration and the most coaches throwing the projectors and doing all this stuff is in these games. You get beat up after these games. They pick on every little thing and they yell and scream and like, oh my goodness, you think you lost 52-7. But that's you'd rather coach like that in a win than a loss.
Randy, that just tells you how old Marcus is when he's talking about throwing a projector.
All right, Trey Schaap. Where's the buzzer?
I know they were using film back in the day, Marcus.
Thank you.
They've kind of upgraded since then.
They don't
when
use.
They throw the reels of.
They're throwing computers now, tablets.
So they don't put the video the tapes on the buses anymore and send them to the other team.
No. Hey.
I didn't know
Marcus,
that, Trey.
They're so advanced. They've got iPads on the sideline where they're showing them plays during the game.
Oh,
they don't have to draw it up on a whiteboard or use chalk like they did back in your day.
Well, the reels of tape they did used to hurt. Those reels that they wrap the tape around.
Marcus,
those did hurt.
I love you. I'm just messing with
I know you do.
That
was a good one.
Well, I heard you say projector, and I just kind of let it fly over my head, like,
yeah.
Because that's what
that
was
back in your day.
Yeah,
too,
that was
man.
back in my day too. So he was on familiar turf there when he's talking about projectors. Lord, how many times I kept hoping and praying that stupid tape would break.
Snap, yes.
So they wouldn't keep.
The snap right down the middle.
We hate that the tape broke, Coach. You can't look at it anymore.
Hey, I cut a couple of them
How many
myself.
times could they run something back?
Yeah.
The other question by JW, the lack of push by the offensive line. Now, I can say this because I focused with my binoculars. I zoned in on the defensive line, not so much the offensive line. What I was trying to watch early, especially since they were putting the ball so much in the air, I wanted to look at the different wide receivers, the different combinations they were using, and the actual timing, because one of the things that one of my friends, we've been going back and forth kind of this week on what we wanted from Taylon Green the most was hitting the open receiver.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, JW, it probably wasn't until the second half till I actually started paying attention to the offensive line. So I really couldn't tell you. Now, Mark,
I want to think that sometimes, Randy, he held on to the ball a tad bit too long. But Marcus, would you agree with that? It seemed like at times, if he would have released the ball on time, then he probably would have had a clean pocket most of the game.
Well, maybe so. Yeah. No, it could be. And here's the deal. Taylon has a little slower delivery anyway. So, Trey, I actually think your point's a pretty good one. I would like to see him a little quicker in his decision-making and where he goes, especially against a good team that can pressure him a little bit more. But, in the end of the day, it's hard to argue with the number of completions he made, the touchdowns, the yards. I mean, the quarterback wasn't the problem today.
Well, I'll say this. If he's got to hold it an extra second longer just to make sure that he does not miss that open receiver, then hang on to it, baby, because I can't tell you how many times last year we were screaming bloody murder because it seemed like once a game Isaac Tesla was just running wide open with nobody around him, and he still hadn't been found yet. But anyway, that's for what that's worth.
Well, listen,
he may not have known what to do this year when he had a little time. So no wonder he held on to it longer, because he didn't have any time last year for sure.
Yeah, that's another point. At least he had enough time he could hold on to it.
Everybody's going nuts in here, Randy. LSU just turned the ball over. I mean, they were in the red zone.
Boy, this is shaping up for a bad day for the powers of the SEC.
Number 1 goes down, number 8 goes down, and you could have LSU going down. 3 of the top teams in the SEC.
Could be a long day for the SEC powers. The First Security fifth quarter postgame show will continue in just one moment.
Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I'm Thomas Blackman with Blackman Auctions. How much easier would life be if you could take away your stresses and worries with one phone call? Just turn all of your problems over to a person and let them de-stress your life. That's what we do at Blackman Auctions. We are much more than an auction company. We take your unwanted assets in your life and turn them into money in 30 days. Organize, market, deal with attorneys, real estate agents, debt services, closing companies, and those members of your family. You know who they are. Making your life as easy as possible since 1938. Better auctions or Blackman Auctions.
Lost in the business jungle? From new solo proprietors to established multi-owner companies, don't monkey around with your business. There's nothing better than Lion Guidance. Hire Lion Legal. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. Whether in negotiations or war, all businesses need the roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results in all business-related legal matters, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $800 million. So, what would you do if you won?
Oh, I would throw a joyous party, celebrate with the worst dance moves anybody's ever seen before.
I would spoil my little brothers.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $800 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
At ABC Supply, when you've got a job to do, we do too. When your success depends on getting the details right, we're there for you every step of the way. Delivering more than materials, delivering passion, commitment, and the confidence to help you get the job done easier. Our teams understand the obstacles you face in building your business and reputation, because living up to our promises is how we help you live up to yours.
For location and product information, call ABC Supply in North Little Rock at 501-955-0777 or visit abcsupply.com.
The best memories always happen outside. Hiking forest trails, paddling on glassy lakes, watching a waterfall roaring after rain, roasting s'mores under a sky full of stars. And with 52 incredible Arkansas state parks around the state, all that's missing is you. So what are you waiting for? Pick your park and plan your adventure at arkansasstateparks.com.
Brought to you by Arkansas State Parks, this station, and the ABA.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and light maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Pay depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
2:17 to play. We'll have the 2-minute play stoppage in a moment. Off play action. Green going to throw into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas. Jalen Brown, the transfer from Florida State, with his first TD reception as a Razorback. 5 yards on the touchdown throw from Taylon Green.
Welcome back to the First Security fifth quarter postgame show. Marcus, I don't know if you're watching right now. Double R, I'm going to hold this up. So you got the cheese mozzarella logs. You've got 2 sliders and wings. And that is on special here at Walk-Ons all over Arkansas. It's called the Starting Lineup Sampler. And so you could get that. You could get the classic chicken nachos. You could get the buffalo chicken nachos, queso, and chips. You got all of these options at Walk-Ons. And if you join us next Saturday at Walk-Ons in Little Rock, either before the game for Hog Wild Game Day or after the game for the First Security fifth quarter postgame show, make sure you try Hog Wild. The Hog Wild is a fearless fusion of vodka, tequila, rum, gin, and triple sec, balanced with strawberry puree and lime sour, then taken over the edge with a full can of watermelon Red Bull flipped on top. Fruity, powerful, doesn't play by the rules, perfect for anyone looking to turn game day all the way up, go big or go home. David tried one of those this morning, Double R, so I'm just saying, I'm about to try some of this when you start hearing some Sam Pittman.
Yeah, I can tell. We'll be missing Trey here in a few moments.
No.
But we are going to hear from Sam Pittman. But first, we're going to talk with DK and see what DK's got to say. DK, good afternoon, or evening, I should say. Welcome to the First Security fifth quarter postgame show.
Yes, sir. Good evening, gentlemen. I didn't want to talk too much about the Razorback. I expected them to get this win, and so I ain't really learned nothing from this game. But I did want to talk about, can you talk about Gus Malzahn in the game he called against Bama? And then can you talk about the struggles of the best quarterback in college, Arch Manning?
Yeah. Well,
and before they start,
I don't think he's the best.
Well, that's just how the media made him out. That's why I said that.
He may be the most.
He cost himself the Heisman. DK, he cost himself the Heisman. He cost himself the College Football Hall of Fame. He probably now will never be inducted into the Professional Football Hall of Fame. I mean, the kid blew it all in one day.
Well, I ain't going to say he blew it all in one day, but I'm like DJ Williams. Don't just crown him right now. Let's see.
No.
Yes.
Man's got to earn it. Man has got to earn it.
That's
no fault to the kid. No fault to the kid. It's the media. It's the last name that he wears.
Yes.
Yeah. They put the hype on him.
That's what it was.
Pretty good football team he played too, DK. Yeah.
Yes, sir. The national champion, they want to repeat. So I hear. But before they start singing this, I want to just go and get this out here now. So they're going to start hollering, well, you know, the SEC is down this year. It ain't so much the SEC is down this year. The portal just done leveled the field where the SEC came forward. All these players on the sideline because now they can transfer out. You just done leveled the playing field.
Hey, I think you made a good point, DK. Excellent point. Hey, and here's what surprised me, just watching this Clemson LSU game. Clemson is whipping LSU on the line of scrimmage. And typically you do not see SEC teams get whipped on the line of scrimmage. But Florida State whipped them. Alabama, Clemson whipped.
Florida State whipped Alabama at the line of scrimmage.
That's right. And Ohio State beat Texas on the line of scrimmage as well.
But Dabo, you know, he gets excited like a fat kid in a cake store somewhere when he gets to play SEC team.
Yeah. So I think that's the difference. And
well, what is
the portal and NIL spreading some of that line talent around.
Yeah. Well, y'all gentlemen have a good rest of the night. Have a safe weekend.
Thank you, DK.
Thank you, DK. I don't know what the ACC rule is concerning storming
They let them
the field, but apparently after this Alabama win today down in Tallahassee, they stormed the field. So that tells you they are hungry to get back where they once were before. That is Florida State.
Well, after what they went through last year, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
See that. And Gus Malzahn calling the plays, he can focus totally on being the offensive coordinator. Randy, I looked. When he was the head coach at Auburn, I believe he won 3 times in 6 tries against Alabama. Or he was 3-6 in 9 tries. He won 3 games. As the OC at Auburn, when they won the national championship, that was a win. Now he's won as the OC at Florida State over Alabama. He has a pretty good track record against Alabama, if you will, because he was only at Auburn for 1 year before he took the head coaching job at Arkansas State.
He knows, obviously, he should know the Crimson Tide.
Oh,
well.
And DeBoer, as a favorite, a 14-point favorite in a game, he's 4-4. Nick Saban in his years at Alabama was like 131-2 as a 14-point favorite going into a game.
There's only one Nick Saban, though.
Well, there he is.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
There's only one Nick Saban.
Yeah.
All right, let's reverse engines. Let's kind of go in a different direction. We'll hear from Sam next, but let's hear from the players. This is Campbell and Sorry.
Were they running stuff you were ready for, or what do you think played into that first drive?
Nah, I would say just lack of attention, like from us as a defense, lack of attention, and you know what I mean. Maybe we was like too amped up and stuff, and we went out there and we just got to chill and just know it's football. We know it's the first game of the season, but it's still football, and we just got to do our job, and that's it.
It was nothing that they was doing that we haven't seen or haven't prepared for. Our coaches did an amazing job getting us ready for this game, and their whole offensive staff came from Miles College, so we was studying Miles film when they was there. We was studying personnel, Alabama A&M wise, the current players that was still there. So it was just all us. It was just all accountability when it comes to the Arkansas defense.
And maybe there's some missed assignments on that first drive. Is that something you guys know right when the play's over? Do you have to get filled in when you get to the sideline? Just walk me through maybe that process of kind of recognizing the mistakes there on the first drive.
I got you. So yeah, I think. What was your question again? You say is it
when a missed assignment happens? Do you know right when the play's over? Or is that something you have to go to the sideline and maybe Coach T. Will or position coach kind of points that out?
Yeah. So sometimes right when the play happens, you messed up, and then sometimes you don't. Sometimes you may think you did the right thing until you get to the sideline, and we have iPads now, so we can watch the previous plays right there on the field, and that's when you see, oh, man, I messed up or I was out of my gap or something. So I think it's kind of worked hand in hand, at least with our position. I know sometimes we think we're right and we're wrong, and sometimes we think we're wrong and we're right. So, yes, sir.
Defensive line got a lot better as the game wore on, getting into the backfield and stuff. What were your thoughts overall on that unit's performance? What can you guys maybe get better at going to week 2 with Arkansas State?
We did good overall. We had a slow start, from a defensive line standpoint with a lot of missed assignments and, leaving open field tackles open. But, all it takes is for Coach Adams to talk to us on the sideline the way that he talks to us. And, we woke up and we realized that the defensive hold starts with us. And we have to be that anchor because the back end with the linebackers and the defensive backs, they depend on us. So we had to wake up, and get everything going.
And for you first, Sam was in here saying that you had a little bit of treatment done recently. I guess first, how are you feeling?
No, I feel good. Yes, sir, I feel good.
Coach was also in here saying that some players are aware that there's some improvements to be made for next week. From your perspective, defensively, what are those?
Started out low attention and things like that. So I'll say just next week we got to open up the game hot and focused and You know what I mean? Those type things. And, like, it's some games where, like, that one drive, it can be a game changer. So we can't have no bad drives, whether it's the first drive of the game or the last drive of the game. We gotta go out there and have great drives. And as a defense, that's what we're looking to achieve.
And Cam, for you, I see you have your dad on your chest. I mean, what did it mean emotionally for you to have him on your back as well?
I've been crying since this morning, you know, seeing my mom and my dad standing, not standing right next to her, it kind of got to me. And as soon as I got on the field, I put my stuff down in the locker room and I just broke down. I lost it, man. And my dad said he used to send me all these little videos and stuff, so I was watching that before we went out for the captain's little coin toss, and I lost it again. But I know he was with me, and he still is. He probably somewhere in this room right now just smiling at me. So it was kind of rough, man, but I know he's still with me through it all.
Any comforting talks maybe with CJ? Is just something that it's relatable as teammate to teammate?
Yeah, man, when CJ's father had first passed, you know, it was just so crazy because I'm trying to give him words of encouragement. And, you know, my father had passed probably like 2 months before him. And it was, as I was texting, I was just like, wow, man, like never knew I had to, you know, comfort somebody else in this situation because I knew how he felt. And I told him, like, if you don't want to talk to me, that's okay. If you want to talk to me, that's okay, because I was in your same position. I still am. And when he made those plays out there today, man, I just went up to him, gave him a hug, and I talked to him in the locker room a minute ago, and the first thing he said was that was for Pops. And I was like, I already know, bro. So.
For both of you and Cam first, it was a disappointing start, but, you know, the last 2.5 quarters, what are you most proud of what you did defensively?
Of how we had multiple 3-and-outs and how we bowled up, and we, you know, took the play calling, and we just came out and we finished the game how we were supposed to. How we finished the game how we started it. So all we have to do is do a lot of self-evaluating. The 24-hour rule is how we, you know, deal with things. So we're going to enjoy this win because no matter who the team is, you know, Coach Pitt just told us, man, a win is hard to get in college football. So we're going to enjoy this win, and tomorrow, man, do a lot of self-evaluating and leave our feelings at the door when it comes to film, and, you know, prepare for Arkansas State.
Yes, sir. So I think one of the biggest things was that the second half, like, we kept them out of the end zone. They scored that first half, first quarter, and that's one of the biggest things that I'm proud of our defense for, just keeping them out of the end zone. We shouldn't have let them score at all, but, yeah, that's really it.
Talking about how hungry, you know, yourself, a lot of defensive players were, and saying, you know, this isn't good enough. We have to be better. Were there moments like that collectively whenever you guys were communicating that to one another?
There was a lot of moments because, you know, we made some good plays, but we left a lot on the field, man. And we're going to see more of it on tape, but we know what the standard is, and we know, like, even though we won how we did, that wasn't our standard, and it's always room for improvement. You know, we could blow somebody out how we did, but we always know, like, there's room for improvement, and, you know, we got to polish everything so we can play a full, complete game. That wasn't a full, complete game out there defensively.
The players maybe talked after that first drive. Do you kind of take it upon yourself, and maybe Cam as well, to kind of lead that discussion amongst the players after the first drive?
With our defense, like, we all kind of do. First level, second level, third level. It's guys on each level that kind of know, and they lead us, and everybody kind of got say-so, like, when it comes to that. Then you got, like, Coach T-Will and things like that, that if a player don't speak up or don't, like, he's going to check us and make sure that, you know, we're right. And yes, sir.
You know, a lot of emphasis in camp about sacks and turnovers. How good did it feel to maybe get one of both in the second half, just to kind of build on, you know, Arkansas State next week?
It was good. You know, I got my hand in there on one of them. They ain't gonna say that on paper, but I played a little part in one of them. But it was good, man. Especially seeing, like, the guys who got sacks. You know, it was just a happy moment for them, and just to know that we do have stuff to build off of, and, you know, we can even critique how we got to those sacks or how we can get to them quicker. You know, it's just always room for improvement in whatever we do.
Hey, Cam, I'm sorry, one more just as a follow-up. Did you have a moment with CJ, you know, right after he scored, where you went up to him like, hey, you know, really proud of you, man. I know what you've been through.
I mean, I just went up to him and told him, you know, good job, man, because it really wasn't much to be said because I know what was going through his head and I know who he did it for. So I wouldn't really say we had a moment, but just a minute ago when I seen him in the locker room, I just told him, man, I'm happy for you, bro. And like he said, the first thing was for Pops. So.
Coach Pittman said next week would be easier motivation because against Arkansas State. Any thoughts about playing an in-state team next week?
Like, they've been wanting to play us for like 93 years or so. But, man, we're just going to prepare for them like, any other opponent. Arkansas State, from what I've seen in previous years and previous game, man, they got a really good team. So we're not going to treat them like, any other team. We're just going to prepare for them how we prepare for each and every team. But they have a good team, man, and I'm excited to play, for the state of Arkansas and up here in Northwest Arkansas.
That was Xavier Nsori and Cam Ball. And any player, any coach's interviews, Alabama A&M is going to be in the rearview mirror. Everything is going to be Arkansas State, Arkansas State, Arkansas State. So.
Speaking of Arkansas State, with 8:56 to play in the game, it's 42-10. ASU over Southeast Missouri State in Jonesboro.
Pretty good.
So, yeah.
They've got a quality quarterback. That is a very good quarterback.
His line tonight so far, 26 of 32, 345 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, completing 81% of his passes. He's rushed 4 times for 17 yards.
I think I hear the music. It is so loud in here. But I think I hear the music. Let's take a break. The First Security fifth quarter postgame show will continue.
Friendly professionals, less convenient locations. First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
We all know how busy our lives can be these days and how important our time and convenience is as well. And Edwards Food Giant knows that too. So that's why they're inviting you to take advantage of their Heat and Eat meal solution items in their deli department. Delicious Edwards Food Giant signature dishes along with a wide choice of entrees and sides, all ready for you to pick up and take home to serve your family tonight. The Heat and Eat meal solution is now at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is chicken pot pie for only $7.49 per pound with twice baked potatoes for $4.99 per pound.
If you're a bank needing GLBA compliance or a defense contractor looking for CMMC compliance, meet the team at Network Services Group with tailored solutions to help you navigate the complex regulatory landscape, allowing you to focus on what matters most, your clients and your growth. Don't gamble with compliance. Network Services Group, your partner in GLBA and CMMC compliance.
Services Group. One call does it all.
3 distinct, all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for the performance. Others drive them for the range. And some drive them because it's the only way to make an entrance. 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever your reason, there's never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac. The all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. Escalade IQ, Optic, and Lyric. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
106.7 Buzz 2 is your home for Arkansas Travs baseball. Hear every pitch, every crack of the bat on 106.7 Buzz 2. For the full calendar, go to Travs.com. It's the greatest game on dirt, and you can hear it all on 106.7 Buzz 2.
Summer is here, and so are soggy wands and muddy paw prints. Caddy's Touch Landscaping specializes in transforming outdoor spaces with refined solutions, drainage systems, retaining walls, and flower beds designed with ease of care in mind. Plus custom decks, fencing, and synthetic turf design to help clean up your kids' play areas and pet runs. Customize your space to enjoy year-round. Call Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Let a Caddy's Touch turn your dirt into dreams. Join the Zone each Monday for Game Balls and Jockstraps, brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their Game Balls and Jockstraps on the Zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for Game Balls and Jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
You work hard, but sometimes you still struggle to put food on the table. 1 in 5 Arkansans faces food insecurity. If that's you, you don't have to face hunger alone. Food pantries across Arkansas are open, welcoming, and ready to help. No judgment, just support. Find a pantry near you today at foodbanksofarkansas.org, because everyone deserves access to food. Brought to you by the Food Banks of Arkansas with funding from Summit Utilities.
It's Sam Pittman Live with your host Chuck Barrett every Wednesday night at 7 through football season on 103.7 The Buzz. Coach will recap last week's game and look at the upcoming week. And it's brought to you by Bet Saracen, the best sports betting app in the state.
All right, here we go. First and goal to go from the 6-yard line. 14 seconds remaining, no timeouts. They bunch 3 to the left. Washington's in the backfield. Green's going to throw, flushed, rolling right. He's going to fire it into the end zone. Caught, touchdown Arkansas. Omega Blake. No flags this time. 6 yards and a score. And Arkansas has opened it up now late in the first half.
Welcome back to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show, live from Walk-Ons in Fayetteville. Rainwater, Marcus Elliott, I am Trey Schaap. Our home away from home when we're up here in Northwest Arkansas is the Holiday Inn Express. It's right next door. We can actually walk to it when we get done with the show tonight, but they have king beds standard in every room, the best breakfast. Randy had some of that this morning. And
scrambled eggs, love it.
The pillows, firm, soft, you name it, they have them in there. It is the place to be for a Hog win. So make sure, if you're planning on coming up to a game this season, whether it be football, basketball, even baseball next year, you stay at the Holiday Inn Express off Weddington in Fayetteville.
All right, coming up next, like right now, here is Sam Pittman.
Good win. We started off slow defensively. Certainly had some mental errors there that they had a good game plan coming in, but we had some mental errors, some gap problems in the run, and then turned the tight end loose a couple times. We got it fixed after he got open one more time on us. We got it fixed, and then played pretty good defense the rest of the day. Offensively, we threw 7 touchdown passes, I think. Talon did a good job of avoiding pressures. Some of them were simple twist games that we had pressure on. Some of them where they brought one more than we could protect in our protection, who was hot. We've got to get better there. But I was proud that we were able to throw the ball to a lot of different people, get them involved. I think that's going to help us in the future. With those guys getting some confidence. A lot of different kids scored touchdowns. I was glad to see all of them. I was happy to see C.J. Brown score a couple touchdowns after his hardship that he's gone through. So that was really cool to see there. It was great to see Starsick come in and kick a 53-yard field goal on his first kick as a Razorback. And I thought our special teams played well. And so I'll answer any questions you have.
Yeah, Coach, just your overall assessment of what Talon was able to do. Had to do some things with his legs also today.
Yeah, I mean, one, we were turnover free. That's big. So he took care of the football. He was smart throwing and running. Once he got out, understood where first downs were, whether he needed to throw or he could run to get it. I thought he had good command over the huddle and over the offense all day, and he distributed the ball to several different people, so came out, I think, healthy. And so I was really pleased with his game. and we just got to protect him. We got to continue to work. We knew they were going to blitz the heck out of us, and they did. But we've got to get better protecting him as well.
Just the second team offense scored on the first team defense on the first drive both times, and then they shut them down. And then you kind of had a similar deal here. Is that a worry that it maybe takes them a little bit to get warmed up or something?
Well, it's one game. I was more concerned about the missed assignments, that we were having. That wasn't necessarily the case in the scrimmages, you know what I mean? So I think if we don't miss the assignments, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape, but we did. And so therefore we got in trouble on that first drive. Was nasty. It was terrible. And but after that, for the most part, they came back. But we'll address that and go exactly why they went down the field and scored on us. But in my mind right now, it's about mental errors.
When the defense did kind of lock in after that first drive, what did you see from them specifically, maybe on the back end where you got some new guys at corner? I mean, were you pleased with maybe how the secondary performed today?
Yeah, yes. After the first drive, I wasn't. I mean, I don't think anybody was. But after the first drive, I think that we changed up our coverages some, and I think we covered them tighter. There was some non-contested balls early, and then after that, I think almost every ball that was thrown was a contested ball, and I do think the guys who came up and were physical back there as well. So a lot of new guys back there. So hopefully that's out of the system, and that we're rolling.
You mentioned the different targets for Talon, going to a bunch of different receivers. Is that something you are wanting to see from him, or do you want that to come naturally? Like, how much you talk about trying to spread it around right now?
Well, Bobby would be the one that could answer that more than me, to be perfectly honest with you. But he has his first read, his second read, his third read, depending on, and Bobby has his reasoning for calling a play, whether it be because what he can see, what he knows is going to come open, or he wants to specifically target a guy. So, but I was just happy that a bunch of guys got involved, and I'm sure it does make them want to practice more and more and harder and know they're going to get the football.
What you thought of O-line play and the run game in particular?
Yeah, we talked about it at halftime. I think we had about 100 yards or something like that rushing at half, maybe 90 something. It was right at 100. And we talked about wanting to be able to run the ball more. Again, I've spoke on our protection. I think we got to get better, especially on the games, twist games. But I think, I don't know what we ended up rushing the ball, but the bottom line is when you're playing a zero team, you want to try to run the football, but a lot of times you'll run into numbers. You're trying to run away from the blitz, but they double-edged us quite a little bit tonight. And so you throw it if that's the case. It's a little bit different. I remember Western Kentucky 2 years ago, and or West Carolina, excuse me, and we scored a bunch of points, but we could not run it. It's a different deal to me tonight. I'm not worried about us being able to run the ball.
One of the things Bobby Petrino mentioned to us was yards after catch had to be more, and it looked like you got a lot of yards after catch today. Can you talk on that?
Yeah, we really did, and I think Blake was really good at. C.J. Brown, did a good job breaking a tackle on his first touchdown, and Monte Harrison did a really good job. But I think from when you're talking about what Bobby said, I think that's one of the things we did really well was yard after catch.
In particular, you mentioned with the yards after catch. I know he came in with the big numbers from last season, but is that about what you expected from him? And do you think he can kind of sustain that as you get more to the heart of your schedule?
I don't know. I mean, 7 balls for what did he end up having? 7 balls for 121. I don't know if you can sustain that. I'd like for him to.
Yards after catch in particular.
Yeah, I mean, he played extremely hard. We went in there and got us a first down when it looked like he could have been short. You know, Talon did too. You know, jumped over there and made a first down. But Omega's a tough guy, you know, and he likes to play football. And so did I want him to do that? Yes. Did I know he could do that? Yes. So if that's the case, yes, we'll expect it every week.
With CJ, just what does it say about him that he's been able to persevere with, you know, like you said, the hardship that he's been going through, and how have you guys kind of helped him with that?
Well, you probably, I mean, I hate to divert questions, but you probably ought to ask him about the help, you know. But he has a strong faith, and his family is such great people. They helped him through all this, and hopefully we did too. We sure did try. And he told me, he said, that was for my daddy on the first one, and then I went and grabbed him on the second. He said that one was too, you know. So, man, it was a great moment, yeah.
Did you kind of have a target score in mind where if you were up by so much that would allow you to put KJ in?
No.
His limited time, you know, he had that touchdown pass to Washington. Just what'd you think of him?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. I mean, I think his first drive in there, we went down and scored, you know, and then the second one, I don't know, I can't remember what happened. I think we ended up having a couple of incompletions on it, didn't run it well on first down. But yeah, I thought he played well. I mean, first drive of the year, he takes us down there and scores and throws a touchdown pass.
He and also Talon Green weren't afraid to take a hit. I guess, are you wanting them to be a little bit more conservative or just kind of cut them?
I want them to play football.
Sam, Mike Washington in that third quarter drive, getting outside on the left end, 30-yard run, then the 27-yard catch and run on the sideline. He was explosive in the scrimmages. Is he going to have a bigger workload moving forward? You had a balanced attack today.
We've got three good backs, you know, so we think Mike's number one in that rotation. We didn't get him in early in the second half. Played Rodney and played Braylon, and of course we're scoring, you know. We got him in there that last drive when we put KJ in there, but no, I mean, I think if there was a ton of difference between 1, 2, and 3, we would probably want him to have more carries, but we just want him to be fresh and have success when he's in there. But we probably would play him normally more in the third quarter than what we did today.
On the field goal, I know that's been a point of emphasis. You guys were at a 43-yard field goal coming up. Talon takes a 10-yard sack. What happened there? And then talk about Starzyk nail. I mean, he right down the middle with room to spare.
We can't take a sack there. I mean, you know, we're in easy. Well, I don't know if there's ever easy, but we're in great shape to kick a field goal at that point. And Taylor knows that, and obviously you have to protect better. But he got to get rid of that ball. We can't take a sack there. But once I saw where it was on the 35, and you know, in our meeting before the game, you know, Scott takes him out there and he kick. And he said 36 both ways. So I'm not the brightest guy, but 35 is less than 36. So right when I saw it, I said, okay, field goal, and we nailed it. You know, so we can't take a sack there. We've got to get rid of the football. We got to protect it better as well. And but when I found out I was on 35, there was a no-brainer for me because I got a lot of confidence in him.
Was Justice? Did he play?
Justice Boone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
Listed
didn't
him as a
start
starter.
for us. Yeah, but he played quite a bit. Yeah.
Was that just a week of still trying to finalize who was going to start for you?
Yeah, well, Charlie had a really good week, you know, so we got to reward the guys that practice well, and Charlie had a really good week, and so we knew that we were going to rotate those guys, but we felt like Charlie had earned the right to start for us.
Defensive side of the ball, a lot of emphasis on sacks and turnovers in camp. Just how good did it feel to maybe get one of each in the second half, and specifically for Quincy?
It did, and it changes the game because I believe one of them, I don't know if it was a sack or just jailbreak, where we went in there and got the fumble as well. But we've got to continue to do more of that. That's not true. The first sack was we had our third down package guys on there, which worked, because Sorey was at defensive end. But, yeah, it's nice to get one apiece. We need to get more.
3 different venues coming up in the next 3 weeks, starting in Little Rock with Arkansas State. Just your thoughts on maybe how you think this game prepared you guys to move forward here.
Well, I think it would build some confidence in a lot of kids. And, just like the first thing I talked to Sorey, I said, hey, man, you played a good game. He said, I got a lot of work to do. So I think we've got a whole lot of kids in there that think we've got to get better here, this next week. And playing Arkansas State, no disrespect to Alabama A&M at all, but it's easier to get up. It's a state, game. It's not a rivalry. We've never played it, but I think it'll be easier for our guys to have a really good practice. We can coach them hard and all that, and I expect these next 3 weeks. If you look at it, it's A-State, it's Ole Miss, and Memphis on the road. I think they all have different motivational things to them, and I'm sure that we'll be ready to play.
I saw something today I'd never seen. It was that kickoff at the end of the half. I know you're trying to worm burn it way down there, but have you ever seen anything like that? And he probably didn't even know he couldn't advance it. I mean, do you practice that?
We don't practice hitting him, but when I was in the Rose Bowl, we were just trying to squib it down. We just scored, and we were trying to squib it down there right before half and hit one of their guys. And then we threw a little – we had more time than 4 seconds, but it was maybe 11. And we threw a little out route, and the kicker at Georgia went in and made the field goal right before the half, and we ended up winning in overtime. So I'm sure it mattered. But that's the only other time I've been involved in where it hit the front line guy.
Coach, touching back on Talon's performance, he came in and put up seemingly video game numbers with what many consider to be an unproven receiver core. What can you say about how the receivers performed today?
Yeah, to be honest with you, they kind of performed like they have in practice, especially the last 2 to 3 weeks. They've really been picking balls out of the air. And you don't really know the yak yards and the run after catch in practice because, you're not tackling them. So it was fun to see that part of it. But, Talon, he never gets credit for much of anything, so thank you for saying that. But I think the wideouts were very, very pleasing on what they did, and I think they're tough, and that really makes me fired up.
When we spoke to you earlier this week, it's an opportunity to see maybe guys that are better in a game maybe than practice, and Shakur, physical in the run game. Is he a guy like that, and how impressed are you with his performance today?
Well, he came up, several times. A really good tackler out there. I think, you look at Omega Blake as one of those guys as well. Caleb Wooden, I saw him make some good things happen tonight. So, yeah. And then once I watch the tape, maybe Monday I'll have even a better answer for you. But Small stood out, like you said, because he was, coming up there and laying it to him, pretty good.
And that was Sam Pittman in his comments. I think I hear the music again. All right, we're going to step aside for a moment. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schaap. I'm Randy Rainwater, live from Walk-Ons off of Weddington here in Fayetteville. The First Security fifth quarter postgame show will continue in a moment.
The great American pastime. Do you smell that? That's the smell of men being men. I think I'm ready. On 103.7 The Buzz, KABC Little Rock.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I'm Craig O'Neill, and I got a question for you. What are the 5 smartest things you've ever done? Of course, I have no way of knowing what's on your list unless you own a Genesis. Then that day you discovered Genesis of Conway would make the top 5 easily. You see, you don't test drive a Genesis. You don't buy one. You don't own one. You love a Genesis. And with the 26s they can show you, it'll be love at first sight. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Attention Central Arkansas. If you're looking for reliable home and business services, look no further. For over 45 years, Advantage Service Company has been your local expert in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs with outstanding customer service from licensed technicians ready to help with every step. Call or text today and enjoy peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Cheer on your favorite university and call Advantage Service Company. Your comfort is just a call away. 501-1-CALL. 501-663-2255.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
You work hard, but sometimes you still struggle to put food on the table. 1 in 5 Arkansans faces food insecurity. If that's you, you don't have to face hunger alone. Food pantries across Arkansas are open, welcoming, and ready to help. No judgment, just support. Find a pantry near you today at foodbanksofarkansas.org because everyone deserves access to food. Brought to you by the Food Banks of Arkansas with funding from Summit Utilities.
On your way to the Little Rock Airport this morning, you want secure parking and fast. At Expressway Airport Parking, our lot is well lighted and has 24-hour security. Only customers and employees can enter the gate. Your car and you are safe from thieves. And if you return to a dead battery or a flat tire, we're there to get you back on the road. Pay less than municipal airport parking at Expressway Airport Parking, left of the airport entrance next to the Comfort Inn.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bill & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golfwear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bill & Sword for your spring and summer items. And you'll look fantastic. Bill & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and light maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Pay depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
2nd down and 8. Green's in the gun. Twins to each side. Ball's on the left hash. Green gets the snap. Blitz is coming. Nobody picked him up. Taylor's got to run to his right. Fires it to Brown. CJ caught it at the 10. Gets into the end zone for a touchdown. What a throw by Green on the run. What a catch by CJ Brown. 14 yards and a score.
And welcome back once again to the First Security 5th Quarter Postgame Show. Trey Schaap, Marcus Elliott, I'm Randy Rainwater, live from Walk-Ons off of Weddington here in Fayetteville. Trey mentioned this earlier. Next Saturday, different venue for the First Security 5th Quarter Postgame Show and for Hog Wild.
Yep.
And that is Walk-Ons out off Chenal Parkway. So we'd love for you to come join us at Walk-Ons next Saturday and join Trey first. Let's see, the pregame this week will start at noon. There you go.
4 o'clock kickoff.
There you go.
And
4 o'clock kickoff.
I talked to Hunter Yurchek after the game, Randy, because we've heard, well, is it a hard sellout? Is it a sellout? What's the situation? Arkansas is out of tickets. They have sold what they have. Now, there was an allotment that they gave to Arkansas State. Whether or not they have sold their full allotment is still yet to be determined, but the University of Arkansas has sold every ticket that they had available for that game.
All right, there you have it. A couple of observations. Did you notice?
Yeah.
Did you notice, Marcus? Are you?
Yes.
You were taking notes during the game. So did you notice that Kim Shanks had more punt returns in this game than I believe Isaiah Satania or any other returner last year had for the entire season?
Yeah.
He had five returns for 28 yards.
And one of them he let bounce in front of him. I thought he was going to let it go and not return it, but the gunner went past him. He picked it up and picked up 5 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know how much I love to talk about punting and kicking and all this stuff.
I know
if they score a touchdown, you'd be talking about them a lot.
But okay, if they're that is one area in a game like this you would like to see a really big play, right?
Yeah.
Against an opponent like that.
Yeah, Mark, I Sam Pittman, and I think it was Tom Murphy that asked this question about the kickoff right at the end of the first half that actually hit the up man for Alabama A&M. I'd never seen that happen the way it happened. It hit him, and it flew back in the air, and Devin Bell, he takes off. I didn't realize it's a dead ball.
Yeah.
That once he caught it, he was dead.
Once he gets it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it was a fumble.
No, it went off of him. It hit him.
Well, I know.
But the kicking team, when they recover that, it's a dead ball.
So, okay, if you look at
– called a muff?
Yeah, because he never had possession of
Okay, but how do you record that statistically?
It's a kickoff, and like Marcus says, it's a muff.
I've never seen a muff in any statistics.
Well, it's probably called a fumble, but Arkansas gets possession where they recover it.
Okay.
But you can't advance it.
No,
you cannot advance that.
No, I mean, I've just never seen that happen.
I mean, we can look into stat broadcasting going and see how they recorded that.
Yeah, we can. And one of the things that Sam Pittman was asked about was he pleased with the yak yards. I looked that up, 179 yak yards today. It's been a long time since I've seen that number, or at least it seems like it has, for Arkansas. I've seen it by a lot of other teams.
Yeah.
But 179 yak yards. And here's the other side note. Grandpa, who is going to be on Drive Time Sports coming up after Labor Day, to be the 8th, I guess it will be. That's Monte Harrison.
Yeah.
And Grandpa had a catch today.
Oh, wow.
And he had a great block. When Mike Washington caught that pass, basically in the flat, that first block, and the only block that was really needed was by Monte Harrison. So a great job there by Monte Harrison.
I thought Washington was a shoestring away from breaking a long run early in the game.
He was.
Like just kind of
he just couldn't keep his balance.
His balance, but if he stays upright right there, he was off to the house.
You would have thought, man, it was so close. I think it had been about a 55-yarder, maybe something like that, 50, 55-yarder. Yes, Mark, was you about to say something?
Right, so does that automatically make Harrison the oldest Razorback to ever play in the game?
You know, we had that discussion this past week, and Rick could not come up. Vincent Bradford, if you remember, who played linebacker for Arkansas, I bet it's been 20, 25 years ago or longer. I don't know how long ago it was. He had played professional baseball, and he came back, I think, at 26 or 27, if I remember correctly. there was a quarterback that played for Arkansas, again, about 20, 25 years ago. He had played Cole Barthel. And
Yep.
I only think he was about 24, 25. I think he gave up baseball a little bit earlier. But no, answer your question, Mark, we could not come up with anybody at 30 years of age who has...
Hard to see freshman out beside his name.
Well, now say a sophomore.
Well, yeah, but he's still.
And so here's the thing.
Listed as
Here's the
freshman
thing,
here.
guys. Every game he'll set a new record.
Yeah, because he's older.
You mean for games played?
Because he gets older.
Just gets older every game.
Sophomore, yeah.
You keep advancing him in years. Before long, he'll be 39 years old out there playing. All right, let's hear from Talon Green, C.J. Brown, and Omega Blake.
Talon, a lot's been made about your new wide receivers this season. 6 touchdown passes. Just what did you see from that group today?
First off, I want to give praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And like everybody's been talking about, just the versatility of the receiver room, and just showcasing the ball in their hands and the playmaking ability that they have. And like I said, I want to say the previous interview, I just got to do my job and give them opportunity, and they're gonna do the rest. So.
Did anything surprise you? First time out there with Omega, Raylan. Anything jump out at you like maybe hadn't seen this in fall camp, or was it just all the preseason work? Kind of nothing really surprised you today.
I mean, honestly, it was just like you said, the preseason work, but just being antsy to be back out there in front of the fans, with my brothers, and just to be out there live, not having a black jersey on, and yeah, going to battle.
CJ, how good was today? Not only just what's gone on with your father and everything, but also your first kind of huge contribution here at Arkansas.
It's good. I think it's the best for my mom, my family. My mom loves to see me go out there and score touchdowns, and Taylor was able to get me the ball today. And he made great plays too to allow me to make plays.
How to make up for last year.
For you, I think you had more yards after the catch than maybe the second guy had receiving yards in total. I mean, what made it so difficult for defenders to bring you down today?
Just hearing it every day from Coach Petrino, yards out the catch, and just self-motivated, and just wanting to get the extra yards. So that's really all to it.
And obviously for you, you went back in, but can you just describe a little bit more about what happened just with the hamstring and then in the tent, kind of the problem there?
Just cramping. I haven't been live and with the bullets flying since the bowl game, and of course, it's a 3:15 kickoff, so I got to do a better job of hydrating and get my body right. So,
you and Coach Pittman kind of shared a hug after that second touchdown. What was said between you guys?
Coach Pittman was there through every step of the way with my father. He almost had to force me to go see my father because I know if my dad wanted me to be at practice, like always. If any of y'all knew my dad, he wanted me to be at practice. So, Coach Pittman pulled me aside, when it was all going on and told me that I need to go and they're going to take me this afternoon, you know what I'm saying? So that moment we shared, he just hugged me and I told him I'm doing it for my pops. And he was like, you are. So that was all that was.
You and Jada kind of leaned on each other in this time?
Not only Jada, but my other 2 sisters. I mean, me being the only boy, they're going to look up to me just naturally. Being there, being strong for them and strong for my mother as well. I think we've leaned on each other a lot.
Big in the FCA on the board. How much comfort does that give you?
A lot. I mean, my dad touched a lot of people. He's a great man, and I'm going to keep his legacy alive for till the day I die.
Yeah, for Talon and Omega, that last drive of the first half kind of seemed like maybe you guys were force-feeding Omega there. He had 3 receptions on that drive. Was that intentional, or was it just luck of the draw? He was open.
I mean, I would say you just got to feed the playmakers, and, he does a great job of getting open, and I see mismatches, and I got to do my job to give him opportunity. He's going to do the rest, so.
touchdown pass where you're going right, you're going to the ground, and then that dart defender hanging all over him. I mean, you had 6 touchdown passes today. Was that your favorite, or do you have a favorite?
I don't really got a favorite, really. All touchdowns I'm grateful for. You know, that's really our mindset, is to score every single time we touch the ball and have a series. So I would say that was a pretty cool experience, and to celebrate in the back of the end zone. What celebration you do? Because you high five somebody at home.
Getting the crowd involved. You got to score. You got to get the crowd involved. So that's what I'll be doing.
KJ had his own touchdown pass. I mean, just what'd you think of his performance today?
I thought he did well. Came in there and he got hit, but still delivered the ball. A lot of people don't see how much he prepares every single day. He will have a 10 a.m. meeting or 11 a.m. meeting. Say we have 11 a.m. meeting. He's gonna wake up at 5 a.m. and prepare. And Coach Petrino jokes all the time. He walks into the meeting room and he's like, "KJ, what time did you wake up?" And he's like 5:30, and everybody else wakes up at 9:30, stuff like that. So he's always being prepared, and even in the hotel room, he was going over the script and going over the opening the plays. So just his prep, and you're seeing how he matured through this whole thing. So I'm proud of him for how he stepped in there and got his first touchdown.
As being a veteran, I mean, going back to your first few years, I mean, how important is it for a younger guy like that to get those reps?
Oh, definitely. It all starts with, getting your feet wet and just building that confidence. Really just, you see, especially as a freshman, you run out the tunnel, you see all these people, bullets flying fast. But at the same time, once you get reps and once you get comfortable and get your feet wet, you realize there's 22 people out there and 120 yards, and it's just like when you picked up the ball your first time and fell in love with it. So
seems like you got hit a little bit hard after a few scrambles. What's kind of your mentality when it comes to the open field?
Honestly, do whatever I have to do to get that first down. And it took a little bit for me to get used to hitting, because I haven't got hit, like I said, since the bowl game. But after those hits, I'm wake up and continue to play ball, keep the chains moving. So,
Taylor, whole new receiving crew this year, all new, basically. What do you think about you guys' performance today and opening up and making a statement the way you guys did, saying that everything's going to be fine?
I mean, honestly, I wasn't surprised. If you see how much work they put in, but at the same time, how fast they practice, especially Omega and CJ. Omega would take a drag route, and we'll be on the 20-yard line and take it 80 yards. And just the way that they work every single day, they could be tired, but you wouldn't know it. And, I'm not surprised, but I'm just glad and grateful to have a receiver room like this.
Drive you guys had right before halftime, I think you went to him 5 times on that drive. You got 4. The other one was a pass interference. When he's coming back, or after a play, is he looking at you going, "I'm open, bro. I'm open"?
Oh, always. He always gonna say, even when he's always gonna be keep feeding me, or he's gonna give me a certain look, and I know that Omega's the one I can depend on if I don't get scrambling or something like that. So just to have that weapon in the offense is definitely he could tell you how much he.
What do you got to say about that?
It just goes back to us, training and getting the extra reps out to practice, and just meeting and watching film, and like I said, just having his back and knowing he got mine. So like I said, it's just he gonna make certain things, and I just feel like I gotta make it correct. So we don't hear Coach Petrino's mouth at the end of the day. So that's really all it is.
And that was Taylor Green, C.J. Brown, Omega Blake.
Pretty good group.
Pretty good group,
I would say.
And first time since Traylon Burks in the first game of the season of a new year going over 100 yards receiving. I think he had 111 on the day. Omega Blake. So good way to break in. 7 receptions, 111 yards. All right, this is the First Security fifth quarter postgame show. Will continue in just a moment.
We all know how busy our lives can be these days and how important our time and convenience is as well. And Edwards Food Giant knows that too. So that's why they're inviting you to take advantage of their Heat and Eat meal solution items in their deli department. Delicious Edwards Food Giant signature dishes along with a wide choice of entrees and sides, all ready for you to pick up and take home to serve your family tonight. The Heat and Eat meal solutions now at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is chicken pot pie for only $7.49 per pound with twice baked potatoes for $4.99 per pound.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bell from Bell Chevrolet. Football season in Arkansas is one of my favorite times of the year. And I think we can all agree that game days are better with tailgating. Fourth quarters are better with game-winning field goals. And the best played games are better with teamwork. And just like on the field, Bell Chevrolet is better because of our people and their dedication to our customers. Shop Bell Chevrolet and BellChevrolet.com today. Together, let's drive.
At ABC Supply, when you've got a job to do, we do too. When your success depends on getting the details right, we're there for you every step of the way. Delivering more than materials, delivering passion, commitment, and the confidence to help you get the job done easier. Our teams understand the obstacles you face in building your business and reputation. Because living up to our promises is how we help you live up to yours.
For location and product information, call ABC Supply in North Little Rock at 501-955-0777 or visit abcsupply.com.
You work hard, but sometimes you still struggle to put food on the table. 1 in 5 Arkansans faces food insecurity. If that's you, you don't have to face hunger alone. Food pantries across Arkansas are open, welcoming, and ready to help. No judgment, just support. Find a pantry near you today at foodbanksofarkansas.org because everyone deserves access to food. Brought to you by the Food Banks of Arkansas with funding from Summit Utilities.
Join the Zone each Monday for Game Balls and Jockstraps, brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their Game Balls and Jockstraps on the Zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for Game Balls and Jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams one-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Razorback football returns to War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock for an in-state battle against Arkansas State on Saturday, September 6th. Tailgating, the Hog Walk, running through the A, and much more returns to the capital city for the 77th season. Experience game day in the Rock by securing your tickets today at ArkansasRazorbacks.com or by calling the Hogs at 800-982-HOGS.
Green off play action, lobs it into the end zone and is caught for a touchdown. Andreas Poska, the senior from Denmark, with his 3rd career reception, 6th touchdown pass for Taylon Green, a career high.
Welcome back to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show, live from Walk-Ons in Fayetteville. Randy Rainwater, Marcus Elliott. I am Trey Schaap. Don't forget, the Holiday Inn Express off of Weddington is our home away from home every time we're up in Northwest Arkansas. You can make it your home away from home as well. King beds are standard in every room, and you will enjoy your stay at the Holiday Inn Express. Scores from the SEC. It started Thursday night. Missouri beat UCA 61-6. Last night, Auburn defeated Baylor 38-24. Kentucky defeated Toledo earlier today, 24-16. Mississippi State went on the road, stayed in the state of Mississippi, though, went to Hattiesburg, and they beat Southern Miss 34-17. Tennessee beat Syracuse 45-26 today. Oklahoma beat Illinois State 35-3 in Norman. Florida blanked Long Island University 55-0. Georgia beat Marshall 45-7. Vanderbilt beat Charleston Southern 45-3. Florida State beat 8th-ranked Alabama 31-17. And number 3 Ohio State defeated number 1 Texas 14-7 in Columbus. Of course, the Arkansas Razorbacks won. Right now it's 10-10, LSU and Clemson into the 3rd quarter from Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. And the only other, well, there are 2 more games going. Number 21 Ole Miss leads Georgia State 39-7 with 2:23 to play in the 3rd quarter. And the game is getting close to being over in College Station. A&M leading UTSA 42-17 with 2:20 to play. And that one from Kyle Field. Double R.
All right. This one, Clemson LSU, looks like it's going to go right down to the wire.
And I know this is not an SEC score, but it's Arkansas's next opponent. Arkansas State defeated SEMO 42-24 in Jonesboro tonight.
All right. Both teams now going into that matchup in Little Rock, both 1-0. Oh, by the way, Andres Poska had a touchdown reception in the game.
Yeah.
And on my double R props that I had on Bet Saracen, I had Andres catching a touchdown pass.
But it was in the first half and not the second.
That's right. Unfortunately, if you did bet, unfortunately, if you bet on that one in particular, I'm sorry, Bobby waited to dial that number until the second half and not the first half. Yeah. So
should have dialed it up in the first half.
Yeah. Everybody could have been a winner.
Well, one of the props that you had was big plays rushing. I think you had it at like 4.5 over, or maybe it was 6.5 over 10 plus yards rushing. They were one play short of whatever the number it was you had. They were one.
I can't remember if it was 4.5 or either 4.5.
I think it was 4.5.
I think it was 4.5.
And they had 4.
Because I was trying my best. It was impossible to break some of these down to just 1/2.
Right.
Because I really expected, as an example, I kind of going off of last year, what we expected out of Taylon Green in the first half, which meant I thought we might even see KJ Jackson in the first half. Of course, he didn't play until the 4th quarter. So, anyway, that's how it works.
It was 4.5 big plays, gain of 10 plus yards in the first half. Because I took it. And they had 4.
Ouch.
It's all right.
Ouch.
It's okay.
Not a bad day for Taylon Green. And when you look statistically, he was 24 of 31 for 322 yards and 6 touchdowns, and I truthfully do not understand what rating means. He finished with 228.5, which I know that's different from the QBR rating. But so it looks good, 228.5 rating. And then on the ground, he wasn't shabby at all. He had, there he is, 9 carries, 41 yards. His longest was 26. And I know he had one play where he was sacked.
He sacked twice.
Okay. I think he lost like 20 yards combined on those 2 plays. So otherwise his numbers would have looked even better than that. And this was talked about, the multiplicity of receivers. I think most of us, Mark, Trey, at least I did, I expected Omega Blake to be the leading receiver. And as it turned out, Omega Blake,
7 for 121.
He was targeted 8 times and had 7 receptions, And then next was C.J. Brown. He had 4 and targeted 6 times. So, Mark, did you like what you were seeing in regards the distribution to the receivers, and what did you think of the receivers' play overall?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. Again, take it for what it is in a game like this. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't under a ton of pressure, unlike last year. So, yeah, they should be able to distribute the ball and pick and choose, and I think he did for the most part. I think the receivers did fine, but the competition wasn't there either. So it'll ramp up a little bit more this week, and then it'll ramp up a lot more. Notre Dame is an outstanding defensive football team.
Marcus, were you at any bit concerned when Alabama A&M took the football, their first drive, and went right down the field on the Arkansas defense and tied the game up at 7-7?
Very much so. I was very much concerned.
We all were.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, here we go. But here's Trey. I said this on the drive time earlier too. I think that's to be expected at times this year. I do think if Arkansas continues to develop offensively, they will be able to outscore teams. Listen, Arkansas is going to go as Taylor Green goes. Period.
Yeah.
And I think he's much more comfortable. I think they've got an opportunity to be outstanding and explosive. If it's going to be enough to win some of those shootouts, we'll just have to see. But yeah, I was concerned.
Well, I really expected, one other thing, Bart, that I expected. I really expected to see Arkansas run the ball more.
Yeah.
And we have seen at times Arkansas has been hard-headed about wanting to run the football when you're thinking, man, you should throw it. Well, this is one of those cases today, and I know, Mark, we talked about this earlier before Trey came on, but I would have liked to have seen them still run the ball more than what they did today. And I understand a little bit of wanting to take some of the, even in game one, take some of the pounding off of Mike Washington. But Washington right now has not, in my mind, established himself as the clear-cut bell cow. I mean, I like what I saw from Braylon Russell again today.
Yeah.
Randy, I think what we may be seeing, though, is they're coming into this season thinking they're going to feature Green, that they're going to ride Green, and they're going to ride their pass game, and everything else is going to come off of that. I mean, he's your best player, so I think that may be how Bobby's looking at it.
But and Marcus, and we're used to Bobby Petrino spicing up the offense a lot with your wheel routes. So many crossing routes. We saw some crossing routes, never saw a wheel route, never saw a Cowboy get it to the tight end. It was a different game plan today, one that will evolve as the season goes along.
Yeah,
this is the First Security fifth quarter postgame show. Stay tuned.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Register now for the 2025 Bud Light SEC Pick'em Challenge for your chance to win a 50-inch TV. Make sure to submit your picks each week so you can have the most points at the end of the season. Whoever has the most points will be the 2025 Bud Light SEC Pick'em Challenge winner and receive the 50-inch TV. Register online at 1037thebuzz.com. Only on your fun and game station, 1037 The Buzz.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Labor Day savings are happening right now at the Home Depot. So what are you working on? Prep for fall with our wide selection of cordless power tools that make it easy to clear your lawn starting at $79. And once the leaves are clear, keep your yard looking fresh with colorful mums that bloom all season long. Shop Labor Day savings now through September 3rd only at the Home Depot. See select stores for details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Third down, first of the day from the 16-yard line. They need 4. Green with a blitz on the way. Throws short, complete to C.J. Brown. Breaks the tackle at the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas. C.J. Brown from 16 yards out, and Arkansas strikes first.
And welcome back once again to the First Security fifth quarter post game show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schaap, I'm Randy Rainwater. LSU is forged out to the lead.
17-10.
17-10.
Clemson football, though.
And
has Brian Kelly won an opening game as the head coach at LSU?
0-5.
Nope.
Yeah.
Last 5 seasons.
Nope.
You know what's scary a little bit, guys, is LSU is 1,000 times better defensively.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And that's scary.
Yeah.
They've got great receivers. I think pretty good quarterback. I think they could be a problem. They may be the best SEC team I've seen this weekend.
They look the part, Marcus. There's no question about that. What are your expectations for next week, guys? Going to be a raucous atmosphere, I would think. I mean, people in Jonesboro have been wanting this game for a long, long time, and they finally get it.
Sad to say, this may be the last game that's going to be played in Little Rock.
Yeah.
I'm afraid for a while, if ever.
Could be.
There has been zero indication that there's any desire that Arkansas, the Razorbacks, are pushing to play at least one game in the near future there. I've heard nothing about that. So not only are you playing Arkansas State, I think it was Cam Ball that said earlier, they've been waiting 93 years to play us.
They've been waiting longer than that,
Arkansas has been playing in Little Rock. I'm not sure 93 years, but they've been playing a long time in Little Rock. It would be sad.
Played at Old Quigley Stadium back in the day. It's probably been longer than 93 years.
It has been a long time that Arkansas has played in Little Rock, so it's kind of sad to see that.
I think it'll be a
coming
good
to the end.
atmosphere. I believe the weather is supposed to be good next week. We might be done with the 90-degree days. I mean, could you have scripted a better 3:15 kickoff weather-wise than what you had today here in Fayetteville?
Well, I'm always teasing or kidding about, I wonder if that's Cam Shanks right there.
Looks like it.
With his younger brother.
Yep.
Cam catches football. Let's check out your hands real quick. And I've lost my train of thought. I should have.
The weather.
No, I would not. I would not have. I went out to Ted Thompson's tailgate before the game, and there have been, especially even into September, there have been times where I couldn't stay but 20 or 30 minutes because it was just stifling hot.
Right.
And I didn't want to walk into the press box dripping wet. So, yeah, it was nice out there today. And my understanding is it may be 90 this upcoming Saturday against Arkansas State, but that's a lot better than 110.
It's a lot better
with
than
heat index.
No doubt about it. How was old Teddy T?
Same old, same old. Same old, same old.
I'm sure. I've been to those tailgates.
All right, when we come back, I want to get ME's thoughts on this long-awaited Arkansas State matchup coming from a former Razorback. We'll come back and wrap it up. The First Security fifth quarter postgame show will continue in a moment.
Labor Day savings are happening right now at the Home Depot. So what are you working on? Prep for fall with our wide selection of cordless power tools that make it easy to clear your lawn, starting at $79. And once the leaves are clear, keep your yard looking fresh with colorful mums that bloom all season long. Shop Labor Day savings now through September 3rd, only at the Home Depot. See select stores for details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
It's Sam Pittman Live with your host Chuck Barrett every Wednesday night at 7 through football season on 103.7 The Buzz. Coach will recap last week's game and look at the upcoming week. And it's brought to you by Bet Saracen, the best sports betting app in the state.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
106.7 Buzz 2 is your home for Arkansas Travs baseball. Hear every pitch, every crack of the bat on 106.7 Buzz 2. For the full calendar, go to Travs.com. It's the greatest game on dirt, and you can hear it all on 106.7 Buzz 2.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialist that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and light maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Pay depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Kansas one and done as they lob it into Zeke Mayo. His three-point attempt after the horn. This one's in the books. John Cal.
Whoa, a little basketball highlight. Where did that come from?
Handley gets the snap, gives it to his tailback. Nokenwo hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose yardage. He'll lose 2 on what will probably be the final play of the game. Reginald Vaughn made the tackle for Arkansas. Sam Pittman's on the move. Sam Shade across the way is on the move as well, and this one is in the books. Arkansas is 1-0. The Razorbacks in the season opener defeat Alabama A&M as the two coaches meet right in the middle of the Razorback logo.
Wow. Okay. Welcome back to the First Security fifth quarter postgame shows. We put the finishing touches on this first edition of our postgame show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schaap, I'm Randy Rainwater. All right, Mark, I teased you right before the break.
Right.
Whether it's been 93, 95, 105, whatever it is, it's finally going to happen. Arkansas State. As a former Razorback football player, your thoughts?
Oh, I think it's terrific. I just think back from a player standpoint. I was just trying to think of some of the non-conference games, cupcakes, if you will, that I played. I think of Northwestern. I think of we played Tulsa every year.
Tulsa, yeah.
And
Ole Miss.
Played Ole Miss. They were a real cupcake, but yeah, we started that back up with them. But just thinking of played Navy. I would much rather have played Arkansas State. Been more exciting to get up for than to have played New Mexico, the Blitzen Lobos. 1 year. I'd much rather play Arkansas State than play some of those teams. So I think from a player standpoint, it's terrific. I'm excited for the guys because they'll have a lot of interest.
I doubt many that's on this roster today, especially when you have as many that are from out of state, will have any idea all the years of all the talk, all the hoopla, if you will, of playing this game, and now it's here.
It's here.
Yep.
And I know Cam Ball, in some of the statements he made, saying we're going to be focused. We're going to come out sharp. Because I think someone like Cam Ball does understand a little bit of that significance when he said, I'm playing, for the state of Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, in the University of Arkansas. I think Cam's got it, and hopefully for the ones that are like, it's just another game, that will understand the significance of it, because let's face it, this is an important game for the state of Arkansas.
Oh, big time.
So
it's an important game for the Razorbacks and for Sam Pittman.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
You're expected to win.
Yep. Can't lose.
You're right.
But
you're
you
expected to win this game.
But if I'm going back to the players and Cam and all, I think it's good to realize the importance of it and be excited. And that excitement should help you in your preparation. But I still think they've got to kind of see this game and beyond. In other words, use this game to get better, to focus more, not just to beat Arkansas State, but to see your team down the line being better against, because you're gonna see better competition. You're gonna see better depth in athletes than what they'll see this Saturday. So you can't get wrapped up into just winning this game. You got to get better. Focus on getting better so you can get better as a team.
I think it's a big game for the fans as well, and on our feedback here, a big game for the Hog fans in Central, Southern, and Eastern Arkansas, because like you said earlier, Randy, this might be the last game at War Memorial Stadium. I remember going to 3 games every year in Little Rock at War Memorial
Sometimes
Stadium.
4.
And then
I can remember 4.
I can too. I can remember playing 4, I think.
And then it became 2. And then it became 1. And now it might be down to 0. So it's a huge game. There are a lot of people that live in Northeast Arkansas that are Razorback fans, and there are some in Jonesboro that are Arkansas State fans that are closet Razorback fans too. They just don't want to admit it And then there are some that just despise the Razorbacks, can't stand the Razorbacks, and for not playing this game for so long. Now they have their chance. Let's see what happens next Saturday in Little Rock.
It's going to be fun. Going to be fun. Don't forget, we will have our Buzz Tailgate Party, as usual, right there in the corner of Markham in Fair Park, and it will be right behind Double B. So we'd love to see you next Saturday at the tailgate party. I'm not sure what time it's starting.
I believe 11 or 11:30.
Yeah, that'll be about right.
And then, of course, Hog Wild Game Day at noon from Walk-Ons in West Little Rock. Fifth quarter post-game show from Walk-Ons in West Little Rock as well. Hopefully we can fight the traffic out of there, but a little bit closer parking spot at War Memorial than what we have in Fayetteville to try and get out and get to Walk-Ons in West Little Rock on time. But I believe, you get 45 minutes to an hour after the game is over. I think we'll be able to get out there. At least you will be able to get out there. Once I get the sound and everything, it'll be a mad dash to get out there.
Yeah, this is. I'm expecting a four-quarter game too.
I am too.
I am really expecting a four-quarter game.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, we got to say so long and good night here from Walk-Ons in Fayetteville. For Marcus Elliott, I'm Randy Rainwater. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Make it safe. Don't drink and drive.
Happy birthday to Laura.
It's a few days away.
I know, but it's coming up.
It's coming up soon. All right. Have a great rest of the night. So long, everybody.